to the Kyosho Scorpion as I break off seats. Hey guys, Tim here, aka VS Customs from So Crawled. Now, I usually come at you guys talking about tiny trucks, and today that's a little bit different. I want to build another vintage buggy, but you know, similar to the other vintage buggy I did, it's not going to be just bone stock, bare bones box kit, because I just can't do it. Now, I don't know if some of you guys remember, it was about, what, a year and a half ago, we did the vintage race of the G6, and last year I didn't compete in it, and I was kind of ticked off. So I figured this year I'm going to build another vintage buggy, I'm going to get everything ready, and I'm going to race again. But in like my fashion, it's not going to be box stock, it's not going to be just slap it together and away we go. It has to be scale, it has to look right, and it has to obviously photograph really well because I'm obsessed with it that way. Now, some of you guys might have seen this. I don't know if I showed it off a lot. I was pretty happy about this build until I drove it, and then I realized it handles like a potato rolling down a hill. It doesn't go where you want it to go, and when you try to point it where you want it to go, it wants to roll over and go the opposite way. But it turned out awesome. Now, the paint job on this is obviously not a box design. I went with a multi-stage paint. It is black base with a brown sprayed all over it. Then some salt sprinkled on it for some flavor. Dark green was sprayed on it. Some more salt for flavor was sprinkled on it. Some light green. Cleaned off all the excess flavoring salt that was now green and put some metal flake on there. Sprayed it with peroxide and vinegar and clear coated the whole thing to lock it all in so none of it flakes off as we go. Great idea, worked awesome, looked beautiful. Even picked up this beautiful scale driver off of eBay. Thanks to, I don't know the eBay seller's name, but thanks to him, great paint job, thing looks amazing, thing suits my rig awesome. And that was it. The Rusty Crusty Scorcher was born. Now, I was pretty impressed with it, but one thing I had realized when I was building the kit is that it took a humpback battery. I don't have humpback batteries, and I refuse to buy one in today's day and age, because what will I ever use a humpback battery for? So I sat back and I redesigned all the guts for inside it. No more clear plastic, no more servo way in the back with a rod. What I did is I designed up a LiPo battery box that bolts in the factory rubber mounts. I designed up two little angled up plates on either side that actually fit dead center under the body, kind of like a little protector. I mean, it doesn't keep dirt out, but something that, you know, if it's rubbing, you can put your electronics on it, keeps them up and out of the way. And then obviously a plate that I bolted to the front end. Now, everything bolted up proper, including the side sills, except the servo plate, which it is what it is. I wanted a front mount servo, works amazing, spins fast, steers really fast to the point when you go to steer it, it turns over. So I wasn't impressed. I mean, I drove the hell out of it, slow and steady, won second place in one race, but slow and steady doesn't win all the races because everybody catches on real quick and they try to stay slow and steady so they're not rolling over. So that being said, last year I didn't build one. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I had too many builds on the go at the time, so I figured this year I was going to start early. So thanks to my good buddy Josh, I picked up a Kyosho Scorpion off him, and last weekend I was at a backyard sale in where they had a Sand Scorcher body. So thank you for your generosity on selling your Sand Scorcher body, because it made me want to build this Kyosho. So unfortunately I ripped all the yellow body off the Scorpion. It isn't a turbo, it's only a 2-wheel drive, which is exactly what I want. But I sat back and I started designing up the floor pan. Now I just did a quick print on this one, obviously for sizing and fit, but that's where we're at. Wheelbase is looking good. Obviously the front, it adjusts as it goes. I'm not too worried now. I'm just going for that, you know, that sand rail, that salt flat racer. That's the kind of look I'm going to be going for on this one. I want to be able to just have it, again, rusty, crusty, bashing, but I want to run a full interior on it. You know, I have some wild dreams. I think I want to have something that races, goes fast, but is full 100% scale, full interior at the same time. So that's the plan for this build. My plan is also to fill up the front so that I can have the battery hopefully sit right in the middle. As far as the ESC goes, I haven't completely decided where it's going to go. It might go in some kind of toolbox in the back because I think I'm going to run out of room in the front. Oh, and I got to mount up a servo, so I don't even know where that's going yet. That should be fun. But I'm going to work away at it. Going to design up some pieces, figure out where it's all going to go, and that will be my vintage racer next year. I mean, vintage, not really vintage, should fit. It's a re-re. So all you purists out there, I'm not cutting it up in an old school Scorpion. It is a re-re. It is a one that doesn't have the vintage status to it fully. It's good enough for me. So that's it. I hope you guys follow along on this build. I still need some ideas on what I'm going to paint the body as. It is going rusty, crusty. It is. I'm thinking maybe salt flat racer because I do like that style. But I might be more of like a sand rail dune buggy type of paint job. Again, old school, rusty, crusty, maybe some numbers on the side. And that's it. So I'm gonna get back to work. Hope you guys follow along. Like always, like, subscribe, share, follow along on Instagram under VS_Customs. You can add me on Facebook if you're on there under Tim Blue or aka VS Customs. And like always, like this video. Cheers.